Not gonna be too concerned about that one. This is something we've seen so much of lately. Teams just like level 1 roll out and just like, okay, let's see exactly how much damage I do to my opponents. It's like they're just kind of it's like taking practice swings when you're on deck, waiting to you know, head up to the plate next. So we'll see where this ends up going here. More poke coming down. Neither side at this point might be a little bit late if they want to go for the recall. At this point, Chuuper just has to make sure he doesn't get sniped down.
What are they doing? They're just trading non-stop. Luckily, Chuuper didn't get hit by that last little Nidalee spear nor Zyra binding. That was silly, Malfus. That was silly.
Oh man, so many sillinesses here. But AD carry is going to head back to base, get themselves healed up to good, and we'll make their way back out into the rift. It's looking like we're seeing standard lane configurations here. Shen and Rumble both making their way up towards the top. AD carries and supports. We're gravitating towards the bottom. And Probably's going to take his Orianna mid up against Arthelon's Nidalee. What can we expect to see in that matchup?
Very few bits of aggression early on. Arthelon, if he tries to trade versus Orianna pops Command Protect. Doesn't really take any damage unless she gets eaten by a spear. And those are going to be kind of tricky to land in normal laning phase. As for Probably going aggressive onto Arthelon, well, if that happens, Arthelon has the heal. He can just try and trade auto attacks. It gets pointless pretty quickly. You'll see a straight auto attack come out, but don't expect a whole lot of aggression till level 6. In which case, Probably farms, Arthelon pushes, and then tries to roam or farm it up himself.
So we see down in the bottom lane. Already Chuuper trying to get as many trades and pokes down as he can with that Q. The Flay comes out onto Bubbadub. Bubbadub just getting himself into range for that. We're going to take a lot of harass. And Chuuper stepping forward, getting as aggressive as he possibly can. Now he's going to be the one taking so much damage down. And that's, I think, overall going to be in favor of to be determined. While they did put some damage onto ROBERTxLEE, they essentially traded support health for AD carry health. The support has potions, the AD carry doesn't. Chuuper stepping forward here. BrokenShard getting bullied out of his own jungle right now as NinJaken's Jarvan is just incredibly strong. We see that death sentence is going to land on a Bubbadub. Bubbadub still level 1. There's the Flay coming back out. Flash comes out for Bubbadub. Chuuper flashing forward. Going to take so much damage. And MeyeA going to be able to pick up the first blood. Now ROBERTxLEE going to be on the run. He's going to have to be very, very careful about this one. There's the Zyra passing from back out. Thought that they could bait Chuuper into dying to that one. That piercing arrow is not going to land as they can't chase that one down. And MeyeA is going to walk away with the first blood.
And Chuuper's output at this point in the game just too high. Bubbadub himself, of course, only has the Zyra root and the Deadly Bloom for damage, and I believe he went for the seed at level 2, so no real output, no real defense, just really kind of stonewalling that level 2 high damage from Thresh to high damage from Chuuper. It was a bit spotted from Complexity. Chuuper did ignite the wrong target before he initiated. He could have saved the play and made it a bit safer, but overall, they got the kill, they got the advantage playing their aggressive lane to the maximum aggression.
NinJaken use the EQ to pull himself into the rain. Gonna cancel out the Shadow Dash with the pop-up. Westrice still has the flash available. Knows he's gonna go down anyway. MegaZero gonna be the one to pick up that kill. And CompLexity lead 2-0.
Kills across the board. I'm just waiting for Arthelon to somehow go down now. Nothing to kill him though quite yet. And that was Westrice getting a bit too antsy. He could have tried to save the dash, could have tried to blow the flashes out of the flag and drag. Unfortunately did neither. And without saving the taunt, you know, it gets interrupted by the flag and drag combo. So definitely a solid game from NinJaken, some solid aggression from MegaZero, and this is what the position you want to be in. Now the Lucian snowball style bot lane, it's starting to snowball, it's gotten ahead. BrokenShard only level 3, only able to pick up 1 buff for himself. And bot lane, how's ROBERTxLEE doing versus Chuuper? He's behind in CS, he doesn't have that assist that Chuuper has, and Bubbadub just has to play fairly defensively.
Arthelon will indeed have to flash away from this one. NinJaken gets into tower range for the Command Protect, going to keep him from taking any damage whatsoever. And so just like that, yet another summoner spell burnt. NinJaken, you know, is just bullied BrokenShard out of his own jungle, despite the fact he's playing, you know, arguably just as aggressive an early game jungler. Then was able to head up to the top lane and grab himself up a kill, and is now, or an assist rather, and now moves to the mid lane and burns a flash.
And of course, the reason BrokenShard can't deal with Jarvan at this point is Jarvan does a lot more damage. Bubbadub being cut out by NinJaken at this point. The root does land though.
NinJaken gonna take that spear in a lot of trouble now as he's gotten a little bit too aggressive. This Vault Breaker lands, he could be in trouble. NinJaken gonna get popped up there. There's the flag and drag coming out. We'll be able to get himself away from this one, but now Probably's gonna be the one who's in danger as he has to flash away from this one. That root lands at max range. Bubbadub showing why he loves Zyra as he puts a kill onto his mid laner.
Chuuper safely getting out of there. The creeps will be chasing down Chuuper and MeyeA though. They'll be okay. Pick up those minion kills in the escape. And it's a bit too much aggression. NinJaken had momentum, he had the swing, he knew he could kill. He can fight BrokenShard, he could kill Bubbadub, but he can't do both at the same time, especially if Arthelon is there to land his spears. And actually, NinJaken almost went down last second spear dodge from that flag and drag though. There's a cooldown not quite there yet. Of course, Arthelon's only level 5, doesn't have items yet, doesn't have TDR. So you would expect something like that not to be reliable. Bot lane though, Roberto seems to be kind of getting back into his own stride with that assist, still behind in CS, but at this point it's all about holding, just because Lucian doesn't really scale super well into the late game. The mid game though, Chuuper's looking strong.
And Chuuper juking out that piercing arrow, doing some good work here. It's been very, very difficult for this Varus Zyra lane to really get the poke down that they want. The dark passage has been coming out from MeyeA, and the threat of that death sentence as well has just been forcing them to play so very, very far back. You see how desperately ROBERTxLEE wants to sustain as he's trying to go for the Vamp Scepter first here. But I mean, he didn't even have 800 gold when he went back to buy it. He just immediately had to pick up whatever he could, and because of that, he's just in a very, very difficult position. He's down 20 CS to Chuuper's Lucian, who's gone with a double Doran's Blade. Very, very aggressive opening as he stands, trades, and takes a dark passage back out.
Okay for him too, of course. With that Dark Passage shield, any damage he did take was fairly low, and it was only an auto attack that landed. So they're just going to keep staying aggressive. BrokenShard, not quite level 6 yet, is head to the bot lane though. It's still a full level away, so not going to have the Assault Battery.
We're going to try and make this one happen. That root's not going to land. And BrokenShard actually gets wall denied. He does not manage to get himself through with the Vault Breaker. So just generally a whole stack of things not going in favor of to be determined at this point.
Now level 6 has that Cougar form. The question is, will Arthelon try and play aggressively towards Probably, which is difficult to do, and he doesn't have his flash available, so it does put him at risk. Or will he just try and clear the creep wave and then possibly farm up Wraiths, just trying to get more CS? Topside, MegaZero playing very aggressively, but he doesn't actually have a CS lead over Westrice. And Rumble is one of the hardest champions to CS with, because Flame Spitter, while it does a lot of damage to a minion despite its damage reduction versus minions, it doesn't do very high damage, so it's more about denying your own CS rather than actually securing it if you use it for heavy pushing, unfortunately.
Absolutely, yeah. It's very, very tough to time down the actual ticks of damage, as they are, small but numerous when you have the Flame Spitter active. But he's been able to, apply good poke down onto Westrice, been able to apply some good pressure down here, and having that one kill is certainly going to help. And it's also worth pointing out that Rumble is one of those champions that, even if he doesn't necessarily get super far ahead, the Equalizer is always going to be a good spell. And he's kind of similar to Malphite in that regard. So because of that, the fact that he did get that early kill, the fact that he hasn't been taking too much pressure, and the fact that NinJaken has been so dominantly in the face of his opposing number is just, MegaZero is just having so much fun. As you see, he's actually able to respond to these attempts to grab down objectives. He's here for the red buff as they go for the steal. NinJaken gonna smite that one way. They make that happen. ROBERTxLEE steps forward and immediately it's a death sentence. Gonna have to pop the barrier right away, but he wants to bait this out. They have the Shen ultimate coming in. Chuuper using the ultimate to run away while still dealing damage. Westrice comes back in, gets the taunt down. Chuuper can just about take this down. He does! He flashes away! Westrice doesn't get anything. Bubbadub has to flash away as MeyeA is almost able to pick up that kill. So they end up baiting out the summoners from Robert. They get the Shen ultimate down, and in the end, Chuuper grabs a kill and gets away.
ROBERTxLEE eating up so many shots from the calling. Westrice down in danger, flashes forward though.
Chuuper does survive that a little bit late on the shield. Bubbadub gonna throw down the ultimate, trying to pop MeyeA up. Doesn't have enough damage on this one. CompLexity playing it right down to the wire. No one's going down just yet. They're gonna have to get back out. This BrokenShard thinking about coming down. Yeah, he's gonna make his way. No, he's not gonna make his way down. He recognizes, okay, they're basing. But in either case, CompLexity, they're just dominating this early game.
They're taking control of it. Now MegaZero gets to hang out top lane, push more creeps into the turret. Now Westrice and Bubbadub are getting CS bot lane, but it's shared experience. It's not CS that Roberto's picking up, and just more control of the game towards CompLexity. Unfortunately, Roberto ate that culling to the face just hardcore, took almost every shot of it as Chuuper tried to back out, and what was the result? It was MeyeA who was able to secure that kill, flash in with the Ignite, and pick it up. So just, too much aggression, a little bit underestimation of the culling, which is understandable. People really do forget how powerful that skill can be. If you look at the numbers, it's efficient when it hits every single shot. If not, it tends to be a little bit on the weaker side in terms of output. That time, it hit every single shot.
Arthelon gonna take the command shockwave. MegaZero using the ultimate just to zone away one of Arthelon's escape paths. He's gonna try to go the other way. There's the barrier. NinJaken gonna use the ultimate to lock him up, but it doesn't do a whole lot. It's not gonna matter. MegaZero able to pick up that kill.
The 3-man convergence. Dragon now being looked at. No Arthelon to help poke them down. Gonna be a very, very fast travel too for NinJaken, taking that dark passage. This is a 2,000 goalie in favor of CompLexity. Gonna make it 3,000. No Shen ult. No way that TBD can fight this off.
That's going to be going over to the side of CompLexity right now. Just take a look at MegaZero right now. He's up 2-0. They do have the first dragon right now. It's going to be time. CompLexity, now the only thing they have to turn their focus on after they grab a kill is towers. Now it's going to move to the point where they just start taking down map control. See that that passage. death sentence rather is going to land as I just completely lose everything I'm trying to do here. Chuuper just going to take the Dark Passage to get himself back out of this one. He recognizes that he no longer wants to be in the middle of that entire team.
Pulling actually comes out just for more poke, more harass, as it looks like Chuuper and MeyeA just going to try and push down that bot lane. They did have BrokenShard in the area. He was pinged out, though. They knew he went down there. Not able to really do a whole lot of work done in that bot lane. Every lane is just far behind in terms of presence. Arthelon, for example, is farming up mid. He's actually equal on CS, falling a little bit farther behind right now versus Probably, but he can still lane against him. But he just can't do anything in a team fight. He can toss those spears down, but the rest of the team is so far behind. There's nothing to keep people in place, nothing to keep people from dying. Before his spears can do their thing. He's a three spear character right now. He needs to land 3 spears to be effective. The team is dying before any of those come out, or he's getting ganked, and well, those spears aren't really effective at close range.
Very interesting build coming out here as well. We saw that Maple Street went for the Bloodthirster first. Chuuper actually has picked up a Phage, so it's looking like he's going to go for the Trinity Force first. You combine that with the move speed he gets from Ardent Blaze, and it's very, very difficult for divers to really stick to him. So I kind of like the decision making here where he's saying, you know what, Shen and Vi are probably going to be just trying to stand on me the entire game long, but if I have the bonus move speed coming out from Phage plus bonus move speed from Ardent Blaze, I'm going to be able to get myself out of those situations. Westrice, once again, going to get a Shadow Dash knocked up. He's going to get Cataclysmed out, and Westrice doesn't have the flash available to them. They're going to be able to secure this kill eventually. MegaZero is going to be the one to pick it up as Westrice finds himself getting caught again.
He is not saving his Shadow Dash. He cannot let himself get hit by the knock-up while the Shadow Dash is activated, or he has no chance of surviving any of these ganks. He's doing it reactively instead of trying to be proactive about it, and we can see the result. Arthelon now trying to take on Probably in the mid lane to see if he land one more spear, but unfortunately that command Shockwave will keep Probably alive for a bit longer. And the Triforce you mentioned on Chuuper, it's a great item on Lucian. It helps work with his pass so well. Aggression from Verdo.
ROBERTxLEE going to get bursted down. The Shen ultimate will not complete. They do manage to pick up that kill before he shows up, and that might be the end of Bubbadub here. There's the barrier coming out. Double kill goes down now for MeyeA. Chuuper needs to get out of range from the Zyra passive. It will not connect as this Thresh picks up his 3rd kill of the game.
That was smart aggression from the members. Actually, here comes BrokenShard looking for the kill, and the Chuuper does pick it up pretty easily. MeyeA will be safe though. That was smart aggression from TBD. Roberto and Bubbadub going for MeyeA is actually the smart target because every time they've gone on to Chuuper so far, they toss down the Dark Passage and he's A-OK. Arthelon now in danger in the mid lane.
Oh, that's such a perfect equalizer. Arthelon had to run over the entire thing. MegaZero getting in there, going to get so much damage down. Is able to pick up the kill. Beautiful roaming coming out from his Rumble right now. He is 4-0.
4-0. Control of the game, control of everything right now with that 5,000 gold lead. The problem is, I don't think they realize how much damage Chuuper does for the bot lane. Chuuper so far, like in every engagement, he's coming out on top because it seems like TBD is moving forward at a moment where they generally wouldn't. Like, why are they walking into the Lucian? Why are they trying to engage hard onto this character? And the answer is because, well, Lucian does a lot of damage, but he's not commonly seen, and as a result, you can kind of see that TBD don't really have the knowledge of the character. And we've seen knowledge matchups before. We actually saw it earlier today. If someone doesn't know how a character works, they're much more punished when that character can maximize their efficiency, which Chuuper so far has just been doing left and right across the board.
Alright, so we see at this point MegaZero completed the Home Guard Boots and the Leandri's Torment. So he's saying if you just stack HP on Shen, I'm going to punish that. I'm going to punish it hard. But Westrice looks like he's actually going for the first item, Spirit Visage, along with the what's those called, Merc Treads, which I think makes a lot of sense against Rumble. But you know, right now, being able to just 1v1 Rumble is the least of his worries. They need to just apply as much pressure as they can on the map and open up opportunities for his team to take down towers like that. Now MegaZero getting caught out, being a little bit overextended here. BrokenShard doesn't quite have the ultimate back available.
Not
They're
actually
just kind
caught
of
out.
waiting. He's not.
MegaZero can fight this out. He actually can possibly kill BrokenShard, especially with that Vault Battery, or the Vault Battery down. Now just going to go for the suicide, it seems. Trying to just waste time.
He's just trying to pull as many members of TBD up as he can so that his team can grab that middle outer tower. And he's going to be able to lead this chase all the way through the base right now. I was looking to see if anyone was actually going to be able to get the pill back out. Now he's going to turn on a BrokenShard, try to pick up this kill. BrokenShard has to fight standing on top of the ultimate. He does grab it. His ego is unstoppable. Now turning on to Westrice. Westrice wants no part of this. He's just going to keep himself running away from this one. MegaZero finding the opportunity and just snapping on a BrokenShard there. He's trying to flash away from this one. Doesn't want to go down. ROBERTxLEE not going to land the piercing arrow, but there's the shutdown going down. Arthelon shows up and is going to land that javelin.
And what happened in the meantime? Mid-turret goes down. Bubbadub now in some danger. MeyeA flashing forward. Shockwave doesn't land though. MeyeA might get taken down. a good response pick up. They do pick up something, but they lost a turret in that last exchange. Arthelon now moving aggressively, but NinJaken looking for the pick off himself. Just so much time wasted though, just trying to kill MegaZero. All 4 members abandoning posts. Left one guy left in TBD to hold a lane, and as a result, turrets going down, damage going down, bot now being pressured, bot going down as well.
Trying to back away from this one. Bubbadub going to find himself in a really bad spot. He gets bursted down. NinJaken going to pick up that kill as Zyra did flash to the other side of the wall. Now BrokenShard trying to continue the engagement. There's the ball breaker. Here comes the Shen ultimate. Chuuper going to flash over the wall. BrokenShard flashes after him, but it wasn't in time. He couldn't bring Westrice with him. Westrice caught on the other side of the wall. See Chuuper using the culling just to keep BrokenShard from running away in one direction. BrokenShard going to flash and get the vault breaker out at the same time. NinJaken trying to chase this down. NinJaken is out for blood. He's the bloodthirsty Jarvan. BrokenShard taken down to almost nothing. He's going to try to continue running away from this one now, as it looks like this is the game of follow the leader. Members of CompLexity just running members of to be determined around all over the map. Now probably trying to chase down the Arthelon. That shockwave's not going to land. Probably gives that ward a nice little sombrero, and he's going to have to back away from this one. Dragon has respawned, but neither team making a move for it right now, as the action has just been ridiculous all over the map.
These have been some of the silliest fights I've ever seen. Aggressive engages from both sides. Now Dragon being looked at. I mean, Arthelon can try and poke this down. Doesn't have a lot of mana, but has, Spears has enough to start doing some DPS. So this could actually be bad for CompLexity. But everybody else has gone back for TBD. Looks like this will be another Dragon going towards them at relatively low cost. A little bit of time wasted. A pink ward down. Not a bad exchange at all.
And they pick that up for themselves. MegaZero progressing nicely through his build as he's picked up the Giant spell. Looking like he wants to pick himself up a little Rylai's Leandri's action. Always very, very strong with the Rumble. And if he's able to complete that, the Spirit Visage being done on Westrice isn't really going to end up meaning all that much.
Well, Westrice will probably not die immediately. The problem is that there's so much chase potential from Rumble that if one harpoon lands, it's not hard for MegaZero just to keep chasing and take him out very quickly. MegaZero is at half HP, so he may not chase down Westrice at this point, but he will get all this CS, and that top turret will keep on standing. So it's still map control, not going in favor of TBD. They need more turrets down. They've taken down one so far, that mid lane turret. Bot and top still stand. I think to get some of those objectives down, that'll help them get that swing back in their favor.
Alright, so see Bubbadub. Bubbadub, interestingly enough here, has gone for a Cage's lucky pick to get himself some extra gold generation. He did not opt for the Philo Stone in this situation, so potentially going to try to go for Morellonomicon later. We see NinJaken going in very, very aggressively, does smite away the blue buff. Now he finds himself in a little bit of trouble as he doesn't have a flash to get himself back out, pops the ultimate onto ROBERTxLEE, and it's going to be buff transfer complete onto the opposing AD carry.
Trying to keep it off Arthelon was probably his goal in that situation, and he does do that. The thing is, Roberto actually benefits from it in a similar situation. We haven't really seen this combination come out, but there's a really, really good defensive siege, a possibility that TBD can do. They can try and toss spears, they can always land those piercing arrows to clear the wave and just keep themselves pushed out, and also try and poke on the enemy team. But blue buff actually helps with Varus more than it does with Nidalee, because Varus has similar mana issues in that his spells cost quite a bit and he drains through his pool very quickly. But unlike Nidalee, he doesn't build mana regeneration. So I actually prefer that it's on Roberto in this situation, because Nidalee does have that Chalice of Harmony. Pings onto BrokenShard. They know something aggressive is going on, something fishy is happening, as Westrice is going to try and trade out versus MegaZero. Will not win the trade, and actually missed the taunt.
The taunt does not go over the wall. Westrice is going to have to stand and take this one up against MegaZero. MegaZero doesn't have the Rylai's completed yet, so he won't be getting the bonus damage down, as I don't think either of the harpoons did land on that one. But in either case, that's pretty terrifying to find yourself 1v1 against any top laner that's 5-0, or 5-1 rather.
And of course, Rumble, I don't think he realized that Shen missed the taunt. It was a very small animation. It was hard to spot out, and I think it was actually out of the brush at that point. But if he'd realized it faster, he probably could have burned an Ignite, possibly got him to stand united, just because it's very, very easy for MegaZero to kill Rumble right now, or to kill Shen right now. Like, the mitigation from Spirit Visage is nice, but the sustained damage from MegaZero is just so high.
So we see right now, teams grouping up, picking up, securing as many buffs as they can. NinJaken has been playing very, very aggressively. We've seen Jarvan's all night have a lot of success with securing opposing buffs. He did get in there, was able to steal away the red buff once again. This time, Probably's going to be the one getting up his blue buff. And it looks like CompLexity right now want to group up and make some sort of push happen here. They have 5 members up in the top lane. Now we might be seeing the jungle fight. BrokenShard going to get locked up. They're going to use the Shen ultimate onto BrokenShard. There's the box going down, trying to stall this out. MeyeA going to be able to pick up, or excuse me, going to be able to lock that up. MegaZero picks up that kill. Westrice flashing over the wall. ROBERTxLEE in the area as as well to try to help him out. Will that be enough damage? Yes, it will! Just barely enough from the Liandry's burn combined with Ignite, able to take up that kill. Now ROBERTxLEE in a lot of trouble. NinJaken diving in onto him. There's the command protect coming back out. ROBERTxLEE gonna go down. Probably picking up that kill. Chuuper gonna get taken down by a max range javelin. Arthelon finding the snipe, but that's about the only thing that's going in favor of TBD.
Unfortunately for Chuuper, just the wrong guy in the wrong place, the wrong time. 10,000 gold lead, or actually 9,000 now. For CompLexity, they waited out until Westrice was going to make it with that Shen ultimate for killing BrokenShard, because the second Westrice landed, the rest of his team was gone. BrokenShard was already dead, and he had to immediately flash taunt over wall to get out of there, and still not enough. It's a very good play, especially from CompLexity, waiting out a Shen ultimate just to go ahead and kill the Shen as well. I like that system.
Alright, so we see MeyeA helping probably steal away some raids here. Interesting build coming out here from probably. He went with Athena's and Holy Grail and then immediately followed up with the Haunting Guys. Talk to us about that decision.
Haunting Guys, it's been seeing a lot more pickup. It was actually, I believe, being picked up earlier on, oh, if I can't remember by who. By Shifter. It was the Orianna pickup. He actually picked up a Haunting Guys. It's such an efficient item, just because that early magic penetration does a lot. And if you look over at the members of TBD, there's not really a lot of mitigation. They do have Spirit Visage finished on Shen, they do have a Null Magic Mantle on Vi, but Nidalee's just got the Athenes, and doesn't have her base magic resist. Varus has very little magic resist himself, same thing with Zyra. So just everybody's squishy to it. It's actually Bubbadub being taken out mid lane.
Chuuper just unloads on him, picks him up with all the burst damage here. Now Chuuper in a little bit of trouble here, going to take the Dark Passage over the wall. BrokenShard now going to try to get himself away from this one. Westrice in the area as well. NinJaken now the one in a little bit of trouble. There's the command protect coming back. He's going to be just fine. Westrice going to have to Shadow Dash over the wall. This time it does work. We see a Javelin coming out here from Arthelon. They're just trying to clear away the waves as MegaZero stepping forward here. There you see the Rylai's and the Liandry's done so much damage on the Arthelon right away. That Oracle of Brilliance also, excuse me, Elixir of Brilliance helping out with that damage output.
Of course, that slow just taking him to a standstill. Arthelon, if he'd been anywhere besides underneath his own turret, would have just gotten shredded up at that point. But yeah, with the Haunting Eyes Magic Pen, they can just mitigate everybody that's squishy. They'll have no magic resist for Birdo, Bubbadub, and to a degree Arthelon are just so squishy without any sort of mitigation right now due to the Haunting Guys that they're just being destroyed. We haven't really seen Haunting Guys into Liandry's though. That has not been the Orianna pickup. It's always just for that early bit of penetration, as now there's a large rod on probably going to be going towards that Death Cap or Zhonya's. I'd say Death Cap just because he's so far ahead this game that he doesn't need the defensive options from Zhonya's.
Alright, so we see Arthelon continuing to just throw out those javelins as best he can, is able to pounce away from that death sentence. That could have been a little bit tragic, but the only follow-up damage in the area was NinJaken's Jarvan. And while he does deal a lot of damage in the early game, you know, just the Spectre's Cowl plus the Spirit there, Arthelon going to have to flash away once again. Just immaculate placement there on the Equalizer. Arthelon going to do everything he can to get himself out of this one. Westrice going to burn the Shen ultimate as Blue Buff going to get stolen over here from CompLexity. They're going to pull NinJaken back out with that Lantern, and now Chuuper is just going to turn around, get on the run here, and get himself to good. Trinity Force completed, so he has quite a bit of move speed. They're working on the Infinity Edge now. But Dragon has just respawned, and to be determined, may be able to take this one away, as it looks like CompLexity have combined, or put a lot of this one. No, it's not going to happen. That Javelin's not going to be good. CompLexity going to be the ones to grab up that Dragon for themselves. And pretty rough, straightforward order. Now MeyeA going to get engaged on here. There's the Assault and Battery. Arthelon going to be able to pick up that kill as he gets isolated on the side of the fight. Chuuper picks up the kill on the ROBERTxLEE. The culling comes out, going to cancel it as he turns in onto Westrice. Westrice on the run, getting slowed down by that Rylai's constantly. So much damage coming out. Double kill comes down as the Ardent Blaze picks up its second max range kill of the night. NinJaken just running away from this one, doesn't want to get caught out. Gonna go ahead and pop up BrokenShard. He knows that his team is in the area, uses the Cataclysm, gonna get himself back out, but it doesn't matter. Vault Breaker plus the auto attack's gonna be good for BrokenShard to pick that one up. Now MegaZero trying to chase this down. He's still silenced from being overheated. He's gonna try to get a Javelin down. Will not be able to get there in time. BrokenShard looks like he just flashes over the walls. I check the summoner cooldown on the side of the screen. In the end, it looks like it's going to end up going 2 for 2 across the map, but CompLexity were able to grab themselves with the Dragon, and BrokenShard, no, that's not where you want to pill. Oh, he's done.
So 3 for 2 final. It wasn't actually the worst fight. They were able to pick off MeyeA, but think about what they need to do to kill him. First, MeyeA was completely on his own, as the rest of the team was moving to kill Roberto, and they still used both Assault and Battery and landing Nidalee Spears onto him. And I say that just because if you're trying to toss Nidalee Spears in a team fight, you want to try and go for generally a more important target. So of course they're not reliable, so it's also a who you can hit situation. But, you know, they got MeyeA, they lost their AD carry, And they only picked up Jarvan because NinJaken did go over aggressive. He was having fun with that one, trying to dive and flash out versus a Vi. Unfortunately, BrokenShard, of course, has Vault Breaker, so easily returned and picked up that kill. This is not actually over for TBD. They're behind by 10,000 gold. However, they still have Varus. They still have really, really good poke from Nidalee. Their goal now at this point isn't so much win a team fight, because that's not going to happen. Not against Jarvan, Orianna, Rumble. That combination is insane. But if they can just keep the wave cleared with those piercing arrows from Varus, if they can just somehow keep turrets alive, and then just let Arthelon try and poke down, just try and stall out the game, with Nidalee spears, they have the possibility of holding turrets. The problem they run into now is Baron isn't a turret, Baron is on their side of the map. Baron is something that CompLexity can very easily take. And how do you stop that as TBD? You gotta be far forward, you gotta be trying to land spears, trying to keep everybody from CompLexity relatively low, but that's difficult at this point because CompLexity is just murdering everybody.
MegaZero stepping forward there. Gonna get the speed boost from the distance just to get in range for the Harpoon. You see, that's just one Electro Harpoon on a ROBERTxLEE. It takes down about a third of his health. That's just one, as he's picked up the Void Staff now, in addition to the Rylai's Leandre's combination. MegaZero is full damage, and he's got it in spades. This is just absolutely terrifying to watch. If he gets close to anybody, they just get chunked immediately. And because of that, the team fights are going to be so very scary. They're going to have to be extremely cautious about when they let MegaZero step forward and just freely DPS. If he finds himself in a situation where he can do that, the team fight is not going to last very long. CompLexity abusing that fact, stepping forward there, will be able to take down that tower. And this is kind of the phase of the game where Arthelon really needs to shine. He needs to be able to get the poke down. Chuuper stepping forward here so incredibly aggressively. There's not much follow-up here. We see NinJaken going back in on this one. BrokenShard going to get taken out very low. Chuuper going to get a command protect. It's not going to be enough to keep him alive. He's going to get shut down by Bubbadub. Now Probably is the one taking up the tower. He's going to get taken out very low. MegaZero is going to be the one the tower aggro switches to. He's going to have to back away as well. And they end up going 2 for 1 in favor of CompLexity. But Chuuper, that was some extremely aggressive play.
I mean, Chuuper is not caring at that point. I think he felt that if they just dove on top of him, probably could land that perfect ultimate, and he did, but it just wasn't quite enough. The tower just dealing too much damage, and Arthelon landed enough spears to be a threat. The final score of that was 1 for 2, but think about how low Probably was, how low MegaZero and NinJaken were. There were many low members on CompLexity, and that was a fight that, had there been a slightly lower goal difference, had there been one more completed item on pretty much anybody for TBD, they would have picked up at least one more kill. However, they didn't get that. They've shown they have some prowess. They've shown they can hold up the turret. Will CompLexity change up their battle plan now? Will they still go for that inhibitor turret, or are they going to try and swap towards the Baron now? I really think Baron is going to be their big goal. But you know, if they can't make that decision to go for a Baron, they're going to run into situations where they could lose team fights outside the enemy base. However, Probably just finished a death cap. Oracle's picked up on MeyeA. It looks like this might be that transition, and now NinJaken has a Banshee Veil.
See the dissonance once and give me Chuuper that move speed combined with the Phage. He tries to chase down a BrokenShard. BrokenShard going to use the Vault Breaker to get himself out of that one. The culling not going to be good for Chuuper. He tries to snipe that one down in max range, but they do push BrokenShard back. He's going to have to go heal. We might see if he grabs up the home guard boost. MegaZero going to just go ahead and drop the ult, but they just want to take this tower down as quickly as they can. Bubbadub with a very nice route. Going to be able to use a health potion and get himself alive, get himself away alive. The shockwave goes down. ROBERTxLEE going to fall. He just stands forward a little bit too aggressively there, and there's the flash initiation from Probably. Just takes him back down almost immediately. there's the inhibitor going down in favor of CompLexity. MeyeA, once the flash destines, he's going to get it. Arthelon gets popped up. The shutdown goes down. Chuuper picks up all that gold. BrokenShard going to try to get himself away from this one. MegaZero couldn't flash in front of the Vault Breaker like he flashed in front of that ace in the hole, so will not be able to stop that one down, but it doesn't really matter as CompLexity step forward. They take down one Nexus turret. They take down a second Nexus turret. It just goes down as BrokenShard goes for the initiation. Pops the ult on the Chuuper. Chuuper just kiting back. Kiting very safely. Going to take the damage from the Zyra ultimate, but it's not enough. There's the culling coming out one more time. Max range. Not really doing any damage at all to Westrice, but it's not going to matter as they do push him back out, and CompLexity going to grab themselves up a 30-minute win.
CompLexity in control so early on in the game. The early ganks from NinJaken worked out perfectly fine. They were able to snowball MegaZero. MegaZero was the mega hero that game, going 9-1-6 on Rumble, just completely devastating the rest of TBD. The rest of the team did well too. It's more of a backup, Chuuper backup, MegaZero style of play from the rest of CompLexity. Lots of shockwave or command dissonances to speed up Chuuper to go aggressively. Lots of good support from MeyeA landing those hooks to really bring people into death range from both Mega, Chuuper, and Probably.
All right, so congratulations to the teams that did pick up wins tonight. That's going to be Velocity Esports, Team Coast, Curse Academy, and now CompLexity. Studio, we're going to wrap up here for the evening. Tell the folks where to find you.
You can find me on twitter.com/League of Studio. Malfus, what about yourself?